Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I welcome you all in today's English summary of class 6th. We are going to read new unit that is on page 88. We have read this unit and the name of this unit is Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. It's on page 81 of your books. Now I'll be starting to read. Ali Baba was a poor woodcutter. One day in the forest he heard the sound of many horses. He hid up a tree when he saw 40 thieves stop in front of a cave. Now it's a very interesting story about a woodcutter and 40 thieves. Now Ali Baba was a poor woodcutter and he used to cut down the trees to earn his living. Now one day while he was cutting the woods, what he heard the sound of many horses. When he heard this sound, what he did, he climbed up a tree and hid himself in the branches of that tree. What he saw after some time, he saw 40 thieves who stopped in front of a cave. Now there was a cave, and what the thieves did, they stopped in front of a cave. Now what happens next? Let's read. The leader said, "Open sesame." The sealed mouth of the cave magically opened and the thieves disappeared inside. When they came out again, the leader said, "Close sesame." The cave sealed itself once more. Trembling with excitement, Ali Baba entered the cave after saying the magic words. He saw and found lots of treasures, including gold and jewels. Okay, now what he saw, when the thieves came, they were 40 in number. Okay, now the head of the thieves, what he said, he used some words, and those words were "Open sesame." And when he said these words, the sealed mouth of the cave opened itself, and the thieves, they disappeared inside the cave. They went inside the cave, and when they came out again, what the leader said? Close sesame. And what happened? The mouth of the cave closed itself. Now Ali Baba was watching all this from the top of the tree, and he was just trembling with excitement because this was a secret that had been revealed to him. So he was very excited, and when the thieves were gone, what Ali Baba did, he climbed down the tree and he entered the cave, and he repeated the same words, the same magic words while entering. And what were the magic words? Open sesame. Okay, when he entered the cave, he saw lots of treasures, and there were also gold and jewels in the cave. Now Ali Baba, let's read what happens next. Ali Baba's brother Qasim followed him to the cave. He saw Ali Baba in and out of the cave. When Ali Baba had left, Qasim entered the cave to get some treasure for himself too. Sadly, he forgot the words to leave the cave. Suddenly, the thieves came and killed him. Okay, now what happened when Ali Baba, he was coming out of the cave? What happened? His brother, whose name was Qasim, he was also following him, and he saw all this. When he saw what? He saw all this while Ali Baba, what he did when he entered the cave and he was coming out, and all the words he heard. So what he did when Ali Baba had gone, Qasim, he also wanted to see the cave from inside because he knew that there was something inside the cave. So what he did, he entered the cave to see himself what was inside the cave. But when he entered the cave, he forgot the words to leave the cave. Now, what happened when he forgot the words to leave the cave? He was stuck inside, and when he was stuck inside, after some time, the thieves came, and when he saw Qasim, he killed him. Now, later Ali Baba discovered his brother's body in the cave. He brought the dead body back home to be buried. Okay. When Ali Baba came to know that his brother is dead and he is inside the cave, what he did, he went after him and he brought his body and he buried him. Now, realizing that someone else knew about their cave, the thieves tracked Ali Baba down. The leader, dressed as an oil merchant, stayed with Ali Baba in his house. He had 40 donkeys with huge jars. Only one had oil, and the other jars contained the other thieves. Okay. Now, the thieves, they were very clever, right? What they did, they realized one thing, that there is something wrong, and someone else also knew about the secret of the thieves. So, what they did, they followed Ali Baba, okay? And the leader, he was a clever man. What he did, he dressed as an oil merchant and he stayed in Ali Baba's house, okay, for some days. And what he had got with him, as he was showing himself that he was a merchant, he had 40 donkeys with him, and the donkeys, they were carrying huge jars, and only one had oil in it, okay? The other jars, what they contained, they had thieves hidden inside the containers, or you can say, yes, in the containers. Only one jar was holding oil, and the others, they were having thieves. Now let's see what happens in the end. That night, the clever servant girl Marjana knew who the oil merchant really was. She poured the boiling oil into the jars, killing the other thieves. Later, she killed the leader with a knife. Ali Baba thanked her for saving the family. He said, "You are free now." They lived happily ever after. Now what happened? There was a clever servant girl with Ali Baba who used to do work in his house. Her name was Marjana. Now what she did, she was also very clever, and she knew who really the oil merchant was, okay? So what she did, she made a plan. She poured boiling oil into the jars because she knew that the rest of the jars, they were having thieves inside it, okay? And when she did this, what happened? All the thieves, they killed, okay? They were killed. And the leader, what she did with the leader, she killed the leader with a knife. Now when Ali Baba came to know all this, he thanked this servant girl, and what Ali Baba rewarded this girl, he said that you are free now. It means that you are no more servant here. And after that, Ali Baba lived happily ever after with his family, because the treasure, obviously the treasure was now for Ali Baba and his family. Now this was a short summary of today's lecture. I hope you enjoyed it. You will give a reading to this yourself as well and enjoy reading it, right? Allah Hafiz.